there has been a new patch that came out today. It's a small patch, but it is somewhat meaningful. So let's go over the changes and all that stuff. I'll bring up the patch notes for you guys so we can look into that together. So first things first, character specific adjustments. Scorpion rope spin now hits overhead and has 23 startup frames. Was mid and up from 20. Twisted Kyo, this kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Why are they calling it rope spin and enhanced rope spin when the actual move in the move list is different, right? It's called Twisted Kyo, enhanced Twisted Kyo. Kind of weird if you ask me, but whatever. So this rope spin, see how it's the overhead to start there, and minus 25 enhanced. Yeah, that's 2 bars now with some pushback and minus 5. So better at chipping people out, I suppose. And 23 startup when it used to be 20. Not too sure how much that matters, but that was a change that happened. We have Sub-Zero slightly reduced combo damage scaling after freeze reactions, meaning he does get a little bit of a damage buff there. Hooray for Sub-Zero. Raiden Razzle Dazzle now does 20 damage from 0 on hit. Let's just I guess bring that up. We also have Reiko adjusted hitbox of Air Reap the Whirlwind. Kaizen was saying his mid command grab works now. It's a huge buff. Okay, so there was some issues before with the Reiko command grab not hitting, so they fixed it essentially. Okay, so they made that shit better. So what's Razzle Dazzle? This okay, so now you get 2%. You get 2% damage when it used to do 0 on hit. It still does 0 on block, and it's minus 11. I think you can use it with like other stuff to maybe make it more useful, although I'm really not sure how useful that's going to be. But either way, that was the change for Raiden. We got Reptile change. Okay, Acid Spitball now does 70 damage, up from 60, and recovers 6 frames faster. Enhanced Acid Spitball now does 110 damage from 90. It recovers faster and is a mid, was a high. So you might be thinking, wow, Reptile got some great buffs here, guys. Well, let's see. Let's look at the Spitball. Okay, so that's recovering a little bit quicker, right? It's still high, and this is now a mid. Okay, like that being a mid is nice-ish. Ideally, like I know people are gonna just be like, oh, you're just complaining and stuff, but ideally it's like the main issue with the Spitball is how slow it is to start up. Like this is slow. That's 23 frame startup. Enhanced is still 23 frame startup. Like that's one of the main issues with it, is just how slow it is. And then like, okay, we get an extra 1% damage on hit now because that's 7%. It used to do 6, and the enhanced one is 110. It used to do 90. So they put that up a little bit. I think that making this a mid is a nice change. Hard to say how much it's really gonna matter, though, to be honest. It's hard to say that it's gonna matter much, because at the end of the day you can't really use this to zone at all because of how slow it is. It is nice that it recovers a little bit quicker now, so that maybe it could be a little bit more useful. Maybe you're not as susceptible to being punished if they jump it or something like that, so you could maybe try to throw it out there a little bit more. We'll have to test it out a little bit in matches and see how that is. We also have some Lee May buffs. Now these Lee May buffs seem kind of good to me, to be honest. Air Nova Blast recovers 3 frames faster. Flip and heel kick and enhanced flip and heel kick recovers 6 frames faster on miss. Okay, this one is a pretty big deal. They made the enhanced flipping heel kick no longer has a different recovery when the last hit is flawless block. Before, you could flawless block and punish her for the enhanced instant overhead safe on block move, launching move that she has. Now you can't even flawless block punish that. Chain reaction now recovers 12 frames faster on miss. So that's like a fair amount of stuff that they're doing for Li Mei over here. Let's take a look at Li Mei. Hold on. So we have Air Nova Blast, right? So this is recovering a little bit quicker. They made that a little bit better. So they made this recover 6 frames faster on miss. Okay. I don't know why they just want people flipping around. They just say fuck it, just flip around. So it recovers quicker on miss and no longer in different reaction if flawless blocks. Okay, you'll see that it's still -6. Before this was full combo punishable if they flawless block the end of that. It used to be full combo punishable. Is there a gap? Okay, there is a gap that I can't do anything about if I'm Reptile, but there is a gap there. Fantastic. So, okay, that made Li Mei definitely better when it comes to being able to use that move. She also recovers 12 frames faster on miss for chain reaction, which is with this move? Okay, so they really want to let you just be unga bunga out here with Li Mei. 12 frames faster on miss. Tanya, Sidewinder, now has 14 frames startup, down from 16. I think that's her forward 2. Her like mid attack, reduced combo damage scaling after drill kick and Umgadi evade. So she should be doing a little bit more damage, and I think this is her mid. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. But I'm pretty sure they made her mid a 14 frame mid. I think it used to be 14 frames, and then they made it a 16 frames. Now they're putting it back to 14 frames. All right. So that's what we're looking at. Homelander, flight attacks no longer enable auto block. I think this was mainly done to prevent the Madam Bow reset glitch that was in the game, where she could get a new combo started and there was nothing that you could do about it. They did this so that it doesn't do that anymore. Flight punching down has 2 less hit advantage, and flight bloody knuckles has 10 less hit advantage. Not too sure how much these things matter, but yeah, not too sure about that. Conan, dude, I was already thinking that Conan is actually quite strong in this game. A little bit underused, I would say, but quite strong. Main thing is that, you know, he's a footsie neutral monster, and he's like pretty much the only character in the game that uses Shujinko as like the main cameo pick, meaning when you fight a Conan, you're generally having to play against an 1100 HP character. Well, not anymore, because they increased his health by 100. So now if you look at Conan over here, you'll see that he has 1200 HP. Now the thing is, you know, he's a beefy guy, whatever, like, all right, I get it, you know, I get it. He can, I guess he could have a lot of health, so he has 1200 health. He's like, now he's like Havoc and Xiao. They all get 1100 base health to just absolutely be unga bunga and maul you. So fantastic. That's what we're looking at for Conan. T1000 Kaiser says, I don't get it, we wanted no HP values. NRS added more. I know. A big thing for me was I wanted very badly for NRS to just take out this bullshit, take out this HP difference bullshit, because it's just annoying. But no, they decided to, you know, do more stuff. So T1000 is now going to be losing 50 HP, so he's going to be like 950 base HP character. Reduced hitbox of the sacral spike outside of a combo, and reduced damage of axial cross with his, which is his jump 3-2, meaning he is getting a damage nerf. He has a health nerf now, so now T1000 Mavado is a 900 HP character, right? He has reduced the hitbox of this outside of a combo. Does that travel not as far, or is that just not as good of a hitbox? I'm wondering. Something about this is just a little bit less good, right? They're like, you know, -29 is not enough. Not enough. We must nerf it further. So here we go. It's gonna be a less good of a hitbox over here. Maybe it's not as good at anti-airing. I don't know. We're gonna have to test that out a little bit more. if I do like corner combo, right? Let's see. Whoa. Oh, did they slow that down? Did they, dude, stealth nerfs? Bro, you literally nerfed the character here. And they don't even mention a stealth nerf, a nerf to his command grab. Not gonna lie, like they slowed it down. Refresh the page, just listed. Oh really? Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay, I stand corrected. I had to refresh. Liquiform suplex during amorphous step has 2 more startup frames. Okay, my bad. They did include it after all. This nerf is actually, it's kind of a buff because now you can just tick off of everything. Like before, in order to get the command grab to work, you'd have to delay it by like a frame or 2 in order to get it to work. But now, oh, so like for example, see that this doesn't work if I do it immediately. But like if you delay it a little bit, it works, right? So that, like if I do this immediately, it works. Now this immediately works. That immediately works. They actually made this string more bullshit, I think, because now there you can tick off of more things. All of these things are ticks now. Oh, that's not a tick. See, that's not a tick. You'd have to delay that slightly, right? But you could tick off of this. That's not a tick. So yeah, you're gonna have to test some stuff. But see, now this is a tick when it wasn't a tick before. That's still not a tick, but this is a real tick now. This is a real tick now. He gets like more ticks now, I think. That's still not a tick. That's a tick. Like some of these things were not ticks before. So them nerfing this, or I don't know if like what the intention was to slow it down by 2 frames, but it's actually somewhat of a buff for T1000 because now he can tick off of more stuff, like without having to do anything. So weird choice in my opinion, but either way, let's I want to see the damage output he gets for this, because so this corner combo, the optimal, I think it was like 31 or something like that. Let's see what it's like now, because they did nerf this move. Hold on. Yeah, that move, they nerfed the damage a little bit. Okay, so now that's 300. So when it comes to Frost, Ice Wall refill rate increased and refill cooldown reduced by 1 second. Refill rate after follow-up also increased. The Ice Wall. Snowflake refill rate slightly increased and refill cooldown increased by 2 seconds. Overall 1 second faster. So they made this wall refill, it should be better. Cooldown reduced by 1 second. Refill rate after follow-up is increased. Maybe like after that they made it a little bit quicker. And then there's also Snowflake. And this should be a little bit quicker as well. And Frost is one of those cameos that they keep buffing her, but there's just I don't know if there's like what can be done to make her like meta or whatever. And then if you look at Tremor, he's now giving 50 HP instead of the 100 HP he was previously giving, which I think is overall a good change. You know, Tremor was a little bit too good. Darius, we have a Darius buff, which is interesting. Darius, one of those cameos that, in my opinion, anyone that uses Darius, I tend to be kind of scared of, because they always have insane mix-ups and shit that I'm just generally not ready for, because not enough people even use this cameo. But they increased the health to 400. So now you'll see T1000 Darius is going to be a 1050 HP character because his base is now 950. Darius is going to be giving 100 HP. Let me just put the Darius here. If we look at like Reptile Darius now, that's an 1100 HP team. That's kind of crazy. Maybe I need to explore some Darius. What do we get? Tornado Kick refill rate slightly increased and refill cooldown increased by 1 second. Overall 6 seconds faster. What? Refill rate after follow-ups also increased? Whoa. What does this mean? So this is faster? You already get your shit back if you do something like that. That's pretty good already, right? And then you got that thing, whatever. Okay, like, I guess the cooldown's a little bit better there. And like, you got these things. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Look at all these inputs. Look at all these inputs that you gotta know for Darius if you want to use his stuff. Look at all this shit. There's so much shit. The fuck? See, I just can't be bothered with this right now, man. Mataro cameo, which is interesting. They increase health to 300 from 250, meaning Mataro used to be a cameo that would just you gotta lose 50 HP to use. Now they're like, you know what? We seen Ytex win Brazil Pro Comp with Mataro and Sector, and we want to make that team better. So now Mataro is going to be not taking away anything from you. He's just you know, plus 50 HP for the Mataro users out there. That must be nice. That must be nice. We have Goro, raise the roof refill rate slightly increased and refill cooldown increased by 3 seconds. Overall 1 second faster. Refill rate after follow-ups also increased. Raise the roof. So this should be recovering a little bit quicker, but see how long it takes before it even starts to recover? But now when it's recovering, that recovery rate looks way better, right? It's just that there's the delay before it starts recovering, but that's actually pretty decent, honestly. This refill rate, the way it's refilling there, actually looks kind of good. Kano, which in my opinion, one of the more boring cameos in the game. Use your noggin. Oh, his throw. Oh, they made his throw do more damage. Look at that. Now you get a 13% throw with Kano when it used to do 110. So it used to do 11%. Now you get a 13% throw with Kano. And yeah, I will just say, guys, one thing I'm very disappointed in after looking at these patch notes is they're changing so much stuff for so many cameos, but Scorpion cameo is just forgotten. And like I've said for a long time, Scorpion cameo, make that retreating spear an ambush. Make it an ambush. Let me like do shit to get in and then get out. Like let me do shit. I feel like making that an ambush would be a good, fun change. But they didn't do nothing for him. Anyways, Sub-Zero. Iced out refill rate slightly increased and refill cooldown increased by 2 seconds. Overall 1 second faster. Iced out. Okay, let me get Sub-Zero cameo over here. Let me see. Arctic armor refill rate increased and refill cooldown increased by 3 seconds. Overall 1 second faster. Refill rate after follows also increased. Okay. So ice armor, which is this. I think they made this overall come back a little bit quicker than it was, and iced out. That's this. Oh, okay, the freeze thing. This also will overall come back 1 second faster. So that's that. Orbiting hat and wobbly orbit lasts twice as long. Orbiting hat and wobbly orbit. This lasts twice as long. Okay, and then we got a Madam Bow. Tea House Tumble is now +6 on hit, down from +10. Increased fiction regions on hit, and Kettle Kick follow-up starts 1 frame faster. So this thing is now +6, it says, when it used to be +10. Why? They don't want you to like combo on it off of it anymore? And the Kettle Kicks, it starts up 1 frame faster? Okay. I don't know how much that really matters for Madame Bo. For me, I feel like I kind of wanted to see a change to Madame Bo when it came to like her drinks and stuff. I kind of wanted to see maybe like, you know how you can, you know, drink shit? How you drink shit? Drink shit and maybe this, yeah. You know how you can drink shit and then you can do like these little cancels down, you know, this shit, right? But if you drink shit, you can cancel out of moves, right? You can do like something like this and whatever, but you need to spend a bar. I kind of feel like they should just make it not have to spend a bar. You know, like I feel like there's other ways they could have buffed her, but this is kind of whatever. I don't know if how much that matters, but those are all the changes. Like there's a fair amount of stuff that happened for cameos here. If you're looking at this, like most cameos were affected, but yeah, no Scorpion change is kind of sad. No Mavado change, and I guess like I'm kind of happy about that because a lot of people have been complaining about Mavado so much. I was a little bit worried they would nerf him, but he's just gonna be him, you know. If you guys enjoyed this and you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.